you wonderful people, welcome to VA Crusaders, and I am your host, the Dragon Ball Nerd, and I am currently basically talking about why you guys need to get into Green Lantern, and there has been some bangers last couple months in 2024 that basically might want to pique some people's interest on Green Lantern. There's some things I didn't know about, and there's some things that you guys might want to get into about. If you guys want to know about me a little more, my TikTok page link is down below, and if you want to give us a follow, please like, share, comment, as well as press that bell button, and subscribe to us today so you get some awesome content from us. I do want to do an awesome shout out to the comic book company that I get my comic books at, Legend Comics and Games. They have been amazing helping me find these comics so that I can bring it to you on the screen. As always, stay legendary. My first introduction to Green Lantern wasn't Hal Jordan. It was actually this guy right here. This is Hal Jordan, and this is John Stewart, one of my favorite Green Lanterns growing up as a kid. But before we get into John Stewart, let me tell you about the Showcase DC that came out in October. I want to advise everyone that you should be reading this comic if you guys want to get into the Green Lantern for the very first time. It gives you 3 different stories: his origins, his abilities, and his weakness. We then see the alien charging up the ring and trying to send it out to find a new successor to the Green Lantern's ring, as it comes across basically Hal Jordan and drags him across the world to the crashing site. The alien was communicating with him telepathically and letting him know that he is the successor that the ring has found that is able to use the Green Lantern's ring. He explains to Hal Jordan that his life is up and that he is currently going to pass on the ring to him. He gives him instructions about how this lantern is also a battery for the ring and that the ring is as powerful as its user. It was then explained to us that there was a bright flashing yellow light that interrupted his spaceship and made him crash down to Earth. He explains right here. Only seconds left to tell you. Once you have the battery, you will have the power over everything except what is yellow. The unique metal which charges the battery with its wondrous powers has a yellow impurity in it. Strangely enough, if the yellow impurity is removed, the battery loses its power. Quote by quote, it is the impurity in the battery which will make you powerless over anything yellow. Hal Jordan puts on the ring for the very first time and basically becomes Green Lantern and has a new secret identity. And he took on the identity of Green Lantern. In the second part of the Green Lantern Showcase, basically titled Secret of the Flaming Spear. Such a really interesting title. We get introduced to Hal Jordan's love interest, Miss Ferris, and they have a dinner date planned for each other. But it doesn't go the way he does in this issue. One of the interesting things is that when it was explained that the plane called the Flaming Spear was losing control, Hal Jordan basically suits up and says the iconic saying,
"In the brightest day, in blackest night, no evil shall escape my sight. Let those who worship evil's might beware my power. Green Lantern's light."
Oh my god, that sounds so freaking cool! Hal Jordan didn't waste no time and decided to lasso the plane and save them just in time. But here's the thing, they specified the color. It is red. This is where things get interesting. Green Lantern noticed that there is a beam basically connecting to the plane, and so he starts basically investigating where this beam's coming from, and decides to find out that this location is a bunch of men that was trying to cause tragedy upon this plane. One of the interesting things is that he phased through the goddamn wall. Who knew he could do that? I didn't! The bad guys then pull out their weapons and decide to, hey, you know, we're gonna go ahead and take down the Green Lantern. Doesn't go the way they think. And turns out that something happened that provides evidence about the color yellow. The enemy throws a yellow vase and he tries to stop it, but it ends up hitting him in the face. The enemies got enough time to get away and go into a yellow car. So they specified that he cannot touch the color yellow with his ring. But he was able to touch the black tires and stop the tires from moving. The trio tries to get away, but ultimately got captured by Green Lantern, and we already know what happens next. They get reported to the authorities immediately. In the third and final act of this showcase, it explains about this one called the Menace of the Runaway Missile. Hal tries to put his suave moves all over Miss Harris again. But ultimately, they're just co-worker buddies, and it doesn't work out the way they think it does. Again, Hal Jordan basically dresses up the Green Lantern again, and this time tries to put his suave moves as Green Lantern. And they actually get a moment to kiss, which ultimately would make her a cheater, or not? I really don't know. As always, not everything goes the way it's planned. A missile then appears. Hal Jordan basically steps into action and then decides to go ahead and save the day and stop the missile. But wait. As he noticed the missile was completely yellow, at the very tip there was just a tinge of red, so he quickly made a net and stopped the missile from crushing down onto the city. It was explained that the missile was no ordinary missile. It wasn't a nuclear warhead, but just simple explosive, and was supposed to blow up this building. So, as they got some more information, Green Lantern then basically does some research and finds the perpetrator that basically shot that missile. Was able to grab him, nab him, and arrest him as well. But not everything goes according to plan. He goes back to Carol and was shunned away as the Green Lantern. So both as Green Lantern and Hal Jordan, he's in some deep shit. If you love this reading, please like, share, comment, subscribe, and press the bell button. And then in part 2 of this video, we will be covering the introduction to my favorite Green Lantern. If you want to see daily content, please go to my TikTok page, the Dragon Ball Nerd 3, where I post daily about anime, comic books, and video games, and also movies. I really want to thank everyone that stood this far for the video. It really helps out the algorithm on YouTube, as well as push other people's pages out, especially mine, as I'm trying to get to 1,000 followers on my main YouTube page, the Dragon Ball Nerd. You guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time!